friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I'm participating in yet another challenge, this one called Scrumdidilyumptious. Scrumdidilyumptious. There we go. And it is a really fun playlist with a great group of women. So I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But if you are new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here today. And with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here is DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I created a decal with heat transfer vinyl, and then I'm using this fabric I got from Walmart. So recently, Vivohome sent me this heat press, and it comes with a little base for it. It comes with this pad, and it came with a t-shirt with some decals so that you could practice, as well as this slip resistant cloth. So this is my first time using a heat press, and it was really easy to set up. All you had to do was put the base together, plug it in, and it was ready to go. So here is where I picked my decal, and when you use heat transfer vinyl like this, you have to hit iron on and make sure you mirror the image. So basically it's pretty easy to use. You just turn it on, you set the temperature, you hit the temperature button, you hit the up or down button to get the temperature you want, and then you're supposed to hit the temperature button again. But here, I forgot to hit the temperature button, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. And then I realized, oh wait, that's why. So I get back to the temperature that I wanted. I'm looking at my manual there again. And get back to the temperature I wanted, hit temp again, and it was ready. And then I hit timer, hit the time I wanted, and then hit timer again. And that's all there is. So then I grabbed my cloth, my material. I cut it out to the size I wanted. And then I took my heat press once it was at the temperature I wanted, and I'm just ironing the cloth there, making sure it's no wrinkles and then that it's warm. I guess that helps with the decal. Now again, this is my first time ever using this, so I was a little nervous but excited at the same time. So I put my decal onto that fabric, and then once this heat transfer vinyl that I got has this little Teflon paper that you're supposed to use with it. So I lay that over there, and then I put the heat press on it. I hit timer, and then you hit this little button, and that is what gets it going. And once that gets going, it counts down. As you can see there, it just counts down, and then it will give you a little beep when it's done. And you pick it up and put it on the base, and voila, you are done. It was really easy. I really liked this press. I can't wait to do some more stuff. I will have a link if you're interested in it in my description box, and there should be a coupon code there as well if you are interested in purchasing one. So here I'm just lifting this vinyl. This is, they call it, I think, cool press heat transfer vinyl. So you just have to wait for it to cool a little bit. And so I'm just peeling that, I don't even know what they call it. I would call it transfer tape. Maybe that's what they call it, since that's what I call the rest of the stuff I use. But so I'm just slowly pulling it off. Now, some of it at the end here, it looked like it was wanting to pull a little bit. So I don't know if I needed to let it cool a little bit, or if it was the vinyl itself. It was not the heat press. The heat press worked great. But I got this vinyl off of Amazon, and I was a little back and forth on what kind to get, because I don't know the brands. So because I haven't used this before, I can't really tell you if it's a good brand or not, because I've never used the stuff. So I will do that in the future, though, once I get used to the vinyl, the different kinds of vinyl that there are out there. So then somehow, I don't know what happened to my video of me recording making this pillow, so I'm just kind of reenacting it here. So I took the the fabric and opened it up, and I am hot gluing the sides down, just making it so that it's a nice edge. Now, I am a sewer, so this just felt so wrong to me doing it this way, but I chose to do it this way because I know not all of you are sewers, and I know that this is probably just an easy way to do this. I don't plan on washing this pillow. So I figured, okay, I can do this method and see how it works. But to me, it felt really wrong. So once I got both sides hot glued on the edges there, I am going to hot glue them together on both sides. And I did hot glue the edges of the top too on the original garment, but I don't glue it together because I'm going to put fill in it. So I just took an old pillow that I had and I filled it, and then I hot glued the ends, and there it is. It is really cute. I am looking forward to using this heat press more and doing some more stuff with it. So yeah, check out the link in my description box below. So today's challenge is called Scrumdidilyumptious, and it is hosted by Krista with Krista's Crafty Life, and the co-host this month is Tammy with the Second Time's a Charm. Both of these ladies are amazing, and so make sure you check them out as well as the playlist, because I know these ladies are going to have a lot of fun candy-themed DIYs for you. So here's DIY number 2. Now this one is fun, but I had some issues. So I took a cookie sheet and I put some parchment paper on it and I took my little cookie cutters and I am just putting peppermints inside of those cookie cutters. Now, when you don't have enough room for a full candy, then you just cut it in pieces and put the smaller pieces in there. As you can see, I was just kind of going back and forth with my knife. Later, I figured out, if I just kind of tap it lightly with my knife, it breaks really easy. So I went through all of that, going back and forth for nothing. But in the end, I got it. So once I got all of these filled out, I had a couple of issues. Number one, I realized that gingerbread man was made out of plastic. So I end up changing that one out for a snowman. And then I also wanted to do like a cupcake stand. So I thought I had a big round cookie cutter, but I didn't. So I thought, well, maybe I'll try this jumbo muffin pan and see if that works. So I put some in there, and then I put them in my oven to bake, and I have set it for, I think it was 325. And as they were baking, I realized, oh my goodness, I forgot to spray my cookie cutters with some cooking spray. So I thought, well, maybe if I spray the top, maybe it will soak through out while it's still hot and I can get it through. So I sprayed it. I sprayed my little skewer there. I'm making the little ornament holes. And of course, it didn't work. They broke apart. So I had to clean up my cookie cutters, and I just tried it again and got it to work the second time. But and I did the same process but this time I sprayed my cookie cutters before I filled them with the candy. So once they were done, I just took them out of the oven and let them cool a few minutes and spray the dowel, and then you just poke the hole through just like that, so you have a way to hang it. And then once they were cool, you just kind of pull the cookie cutters away from the candy and just lightly push the candy out, and they came out. Everything worked except for the candy cane that broke, which was fine, but my snowman and my star did work. So after that, I went back into my room and I had these 4 candy canes. Oh, that's what they look like there. I had these 4 candy canes from last year. They were in my cupboard. And then the round piece of candy, I'm going to make a little cupcake stand, which I thought would be cute as like a candle holder. So this is kind of more of inspiration for you guys, because I didn't like the way it turned out, seeing that I didn't have a big round cookie cutter. So if you have a round cookie cutter, I would definitely recommend using that. So here I am just using these candy canes to be the base of that little cupcake holder. And so I just hot glued 2 together, and you don't want to put a whole lot of hot glue because you don't want to melt the candy, and just enough to get it to stick. And then I just put 2 more on opposite ends there. Then I took some of this twine, and I'm just doing this just for double reinforcement. I'm just tying a little piece of it around, and then I trim off the edge. Trim off the ends. It's getting late and I'm ready for bed, and I'm doing this voiceover. So bear with me, guys. So then I took some of this ribbon, and I'm just going to hot glue that around that string to cover it up. Then I took a little piece of craft stick, and I hot glue that to the bottom of the round candy piece, and I add the hot glue to the top, and then I just put the base on top of that. And the reason why I did it this way is because it wasn't very straight. Those candy canes weren't straight, and I wanted it to be a little more straight. So then I just took some more of this ribbon. Because I used that muffin tin, the edges were not smooth, and so because of the parchment paper kind of crinkling in and stuff, it made some ridges, which I didn't like the way it looked. So I thought, well, I'll just cover it up with some of this ribbon. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just covering it up with this ribbon, and I will put a link, you guys, in my description box to the link to I got this idea from Pinterest, so that you can see how that one came out, because it's really, really cute. I didn't think mine came out very cute, but I wanted to show you this just for an inspiration piece. So that was all there was. It's really easy, and you know, those ornaments, those would be so much fun to do with your kids. I did add a little bit of baker's twine there just to hang them with, but they'd be a lot of fun to use with your kids. Here's DIY number 3. Now, I absolutely love this one. I used one of these candy cane wreath forms, and then I recently got these wood bead garlands from Walmart. They were $4.98 or $5.98 each, which they're 12 feet long. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. So I was trying to cut off the end, but my scissors would not fit. So I took this box cutter, and I just cut that end piece off, so that way I could get those beads off of the garland. And then I was going to try to cut off the end here, and I tried every tool I had. I tried my wire cutters here, and I tried some other sharp tools that I have. I don't even know what they are. I got them from Dollar Tree this summer. Nothing, I mean, it ends up working. I got one of the bars off, but it took a lot of work. And I just thought, you know what, this is taking too much work and too much time. So instead, I went out to the garage and used my husband's Dremel. And so I just cut off that bar at the end, and then all those little bars along the middle that keep it together, I had to use the Dremel to cut those away as well. So I was able to get those beads onto this garland. And now it was a lot of work, but you guys, I love the way this looks. So then I decided, okay, so I started the first row with 6 red beads and then 6 of the natural color beads, and I just kept that pattern. And then the second row, I started with 4 red beads and then continued with the 6 bead pattern. And then the third row, I started with 2 red beads and then continued with the 6 bead pattern. And then with the last row, I started with 1 red bead and then continued with the 6 bead pattern. And the reason why I did that is candy canes, the red and the white are kind of offset. They're diagonal from each other. And I just thought, this might kind of give that look. Now, my husband, he thought it looked, he didn't understand why all the colors were off like that, but that was my logic in it, and I love the way it came out. But if you don't like it and you want to recreate this, you could, definitely do all one color, all 1 row red, 1 row white, just whatever you like. So once I got to the end, I took these little teeny red beads that I had gotten from Dollar Tree. It was a pack of multicolor beads, and I'm just kind of using them like a stopper. So I just I guess I have to add one more white bead there. It was a lot more bar than I needed. But anyways, so I stick that little, I took that bead, stuck it on, and then I put some hot glue on the end of the little bar there that they're going on. And then I stuck that little red bead there, and it sticks, the glue is right between the white bead and the little red bead, so it sticks perfectly. So then once I got those all on, I tied some jute string around the middle to keep, so I could kind of get the ends even. Then I take this braided jute twine that I have. I got it from Amazon. I'll have a link in that for that in my description box. And I'm just hot gluing the ends to it. So I just put some hot glue on the ribbon there and then just pushed it up against the ends of all of those beads. And then I'm just going to hot glue the end of that ribbon to the side. And then I'm just going to go around the whole candy cane shape with this ribbon. I started off just doing a little bit of hot glue here and there, but the beads were moving too much and I was worried that the ribbon would move around. So I do end up just going around and putting like some hot glue, you know, all along it, and then adding the ribbon. And then here I'm just taking that twine off because I only really needed it for the very first part of that. So I just, you know, go along and put hot glue on the beads, add the ribbon to it, and then put more hot glue, and then add the ribbon, and so forth. Then I took some of this ribbon I got from Michael's this spring, and I tied it around the candy cane just to hold it together since I didn't have those bars anymore to hold it together because I cut them all off. And then I'm just making a bow with that same ribbon. And I'm going to use the legs of the ribbon that I tied around the candy cane as the legs of the bow. So then I just took this other ribbon, this red ribbon I just recently got from Walmart. I just think it's really cute and it could be for any season. So I made another little bow and I'm just attaching those together. And then I am just going to hot glue that right onto that. Oh, sorry, I forgot about this. I wrapped in the middle so you didn't see the twist tie some of that braided jute rope that I went around the candy cane with. I just put that right in the middle of that, that bow. And then I'm going to hot glue that right on top of that, the tie that I put around the candy cane. I hope all that makes sense, guys. After that, I just took a pick. I think I got that pick from Walmart, and I just put it behind the bow, and there it is. And I love the way this came out. I think it is really cute. It is different than what you would normally see someone do with this wreath form. Here is DIY number 4. So for this DIY, I used some vinyl I got from Dollar Tree. I created this saying off of my Cricut, and then this platter I just recently found at Dollar Tree as well. Now, if you don't have any of the Dollar Tree vinyl, I would recommend painting the middle part of this. I'm just using this because it's $1, but vinyl is usually cheap or expensive, and I would not use my regular vinyl for this in this way. I would paint it, but I figured, you know what, I was kind of going for something quick. I didn't feel like painting, so I thought, okay, I'll just cut this out and use this. So I just cut out a thick strip to go right along the middle piece of this platter. And then once I have it all on there, I'm just going to take my words and I am going to put them right along inside the middle of that white vinyl, and it says gingerbread wishes, peppermint kisses. And I'm not going to show myself doing all of this because I was having a heck of a time with some of this vinyl. It was kind of giving me trouble. So once I got that in there, I'm sorry something happened with my camera. It didn't record, but I used this. It's called gift, or I can't remember what it's called, but it's from Walmart. It was with their ribbons, their Christmas ribbons, and it's kind of like a sweater material, and it's gray, and I really liked it. But I went around that white and just kind of finished the edges with it. And then I took some of these little mini peppermint candies I got from Hobby Lobby and put them around the edges. And then these little candy canes I also got from Hobby Lobby, and these are little ornaments by their little like mini trees. They have mini ornaments, and that's where I found these. And so then I'm just going to hot glue these little candy canes on there as well. Then I took some gray ribbon that I got from Walmart and made a bow, and then this peppermint ribbon I also got from Walmart and made a second bow, and here I'm just attaching them with a twist tie, and then I'm just going to hot glue that right on the top part of this platter. I did take one of those little peppermints and put it in between that bow to hide the twist tie, and then I took this pick. I think I got this pick from Dollar Tree. It's either Dollar Tree or Walmart. And I'm just hot gluing them all around that bow. And I don't know. You'll have to tell me what you think of this. I really love it. I think it is really cute, and it's going to go really good with my gingerbread theme in my family room and kitchen. So then I took some of that gray like ribbon gift trim, I think is what they call it. And I'm just using that as a hanger. I hot glue it in the back, and there it is. So let me know what you think about that, you guys. If you're new, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a little different than what I normally do. But if you did, hit that subscribe button and become part of our family. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think of today's DIYs. Make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you check out the ladies and the playlist and see what everyone created with this fun theme of candy today. So with all that being said, you guys, I will be back on Friday with another video, so we'll see you then. Bye-bye.